Many years ago, there was a newspaper reporter named David Johnson who worked for the Lewiston, Idaho Tribune. He would pick people out of his local phone book and put their stories on the front page of the newspaper. Dave inspired Steve Hartman of CBS News to do something similar in a segment called Everybody Has a Story. He'd have someone throw a dart at a map of America, and wherever it stuck, he'd go there. Look through the phone book, pick a name at random, and tell their story. Hartman then inspired me to do my own variation, where I walk the river trail, find one of those dedicated park benches, research the person's name, and tell their story. Now, like Johnson and Hartman, my plan was to choose one at random. Only my random choice turned out to be not really so random. You see, before I dove into hours of internet research, I remembered that I had a friend in town with the same last name. So I sent him an email and asked him if he knew who Charlie Chambers was. His response?
Yes, I know that person. That's my dad.
And so you know him quite well.
I know him very well.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about him.
He was a local little rugby phenom here in the 80s.
The newspapers back in the day were strewn with articles of his prowess on the pitch. In fact, he was such a legend that the local rugby club called the Rough Riders recently gifted Aaron, his son, a jersey.
They brought me a jersey yesterday, which was a number 12, which was my son's number at Mountain View High School last year when he broke all the quarterback single season records for Mountain View High School and helped take them to the state championship game.
And while Charlie was definitely a man obsessed with fitness, one passion ruled above them all.
He loved to fly. That was his number one love, was flying airplanes. He was a pilot for United for a time, but his big thing was he built his own airplane. He flew literally almost every day. When work was over, he was off to the airport.
And some days, the airport was literally in their backyard.
We lived on Airstrip, Air Park Drive, little private runway that still exists, I think.
I think so.
You can fly right in the middle of a neighborhood and land an airplane.
And then one day, out of nowhere, Charlie paid the ultimate price for his passion.
He did have multiple crashes. I know he flipped an airplane upside down. I know he had emergency landings in the past. And one day at the Bend Airport, the engine stalled. I believe the propeller broke, and he crashed, and that's how he passed.
And Aaron's final memory of his dad has a profound impact on him to this day.
That actually has a very heavy story for me, that my hair's standing up. So that morning, it was just him and I. My mom was on vacation in Florida. My sister was living in California. And I was at the house that morning. And I had just finished recording my first ever music albums on cassette at a professional studio in Eugene.
The only catch was he didn't have any money to make duplications to release to the public. And Dad, like most dads, thought maybe he'd be better off if he just got a real job.
We got into a heated argument, and I got in the shower, and he left to the airport. And when I came out of the shower, he had left a check there with some money to what I had requested to help make the album, to finish it. Wow. So that was his last piece to me.
Wow.
So why is it this random spot on this random day crossed my path? Well, again, it was randomly not so random.
Every Sunday, my mom and dad would walk the river trail, and that was their little spot. It was before the Beale Haley Bridge, and that was their little side, and they would walk up and down it. And so after he passed away, my mom had wanted to see if we could get a bench there. And yeah, I believe that's also the spot that we released some of his ashes into the river there.
Now everybody knows that oftentimes the best stories come with a random, or maybe in this case, not so random plot twist. Uncle Scott's got you covered.
Just as of this last week, right? This ring, he was wearing this at the time of the crash, and I did not know that this existed until last week.
And now cue the closing theme music.
I just tried it on and it fit perfectly, so we rolling. It's mine now. So
Yeah, get to take a piece of your dad with you.
yeah, it's pretty special.
That's pretty awesome.
So here's to you, David Johnson and Steve Hartman. And here's to you, Charlie Chambers. And here's to things that are randomly not random. For Central Oregon Daily News, I'm Scott Elmas.